It's Maria from Still Dreaming Homestead. Good to be back with you. We're going to continue in the Bible story. We've been going on a story about Daniel and King Nebuchadnezzar, who had that dream that he couldn't remember, but it really troubled him. And so he asked his wise men to come, but they were used to tricking him, and they couldn't this time because he didn't remember his dream, and they couldn't tell him. So he was going to have them all killed because he realized they had been lying to him. Well, meanwhile, for some reason, Daniel and his friends weren't with the other wise men when this happened. So they were surprised when a knock came to their door, and there was the chief executioner, and his name was Arach, and he brought bodyguards with him. And Daniel, he said, "What's going on? I don't have any idea." And he said, "You're to come with me." And he told him that all the wise men were to be executed because they could not answer the king's question. So Daniel said, "What was the king's question?" Of course, he didn't want to get killed. And so Arach was kind to him and told him. So Daniel said, "Please take me to the king so that I can plead for our lives for a little more time, so I can ask the one true God what was the king's dream and what was its meaning." Well, everybody liked Daniel. Well, not the false wise men, but everybody else did, including this executioner. And so he did just that. And he took him to the king, and Daniel said, "If you give us some time, we know that the mighty Lord in heaven, he will tell us your dream, and he will tell us what it means." Well, the king didn't want anything bad to happen to Daniel and his friends. And so he said, "I will give you more time." So what Daniel did was he headed back home right away. And he got to his house, and he told Hananiah and Mishael and Azariah what the king had said. Then he suggested, "We need to pray." And they all got on their knees, and they began to pray. And they begged God, "Lord, please, you know all things. You know what the king dreamed. You know what it means. I don't believe you want us to die, Lord, but that you would save us. And you will reveal this. We trust you, Lord." Well, during the night, Daniel had a vision, a special type of dream. And in that dream, suddenly he saw exactly what the king had seen. This big statue right here. And he knew exactly what it meant. So in the morning, Daniel could hardly wait to tell the king what God had shown him. But first, he told his friends, and together they thanked God for his goodness in answering the prayers so wonderfully and so soon. "Blessed be the name of God forever and ever," said Daniel. "For wisdom and might are his, and he changes the times and the seasons." So he helps the time to go by, and he gives us winter, spring, summer, and fall. He removes kings, and he sets up kings. He gives great wisdom unto the wise, and knowledge to them with understanding. He reveals the deep and secret things. He knows what's in the dark and in the light. They were just so busy praising God. Now, when they were done, Daniel hurried to Arioch, the chief executioner, with the good news. "Don't destroy the other wise men of Babylon," he said. "Take me before the king, and I will show the king the interpretation of the dream." The look on Daniel's face and the gleam in his eye told Arioch that the young man meant what he said. "I'll take you," he said, "and hurry, there's not much time left." So he brought Daniel before the king. Trying to take a little bit of glory for himself, he said, "I found the man of the captives of Judah that will make known the king's interpretation." But the king, he wasn't worried about that. He didn't even notice it. His eyes were fixed on Daniel. Surely this was the same young man who was there yesterday and had come to ask for time. Here he was back again. What did he have to say? Daniel's great moment had come. And that's what we'll hear about in a couple days. So, it's Maria from Still Dreaming Homestead. Don't you think it's wonderful how God can answer prayers? He can answer them for you and me too. And he does. Well, I want to say I love you. I really do. And I hope you'll be back with me. Tomorrow I'll be reading another type of story. All right. Good night, and God bless you.